You guys buckle up because we are talking about MOMTOK. And if you do not know what MOMTOK is, it is a group of Mormon moms who make TikToks together, and they've now got a reality show on Hulu called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The drama is insane. It played out all online, and now they've landed themselves a reality show for just how dramatic they have been. And of course, there's more drama now. So we have got to break down how we even got here, the new drama, everything that is being said about every single one of them online. Let's dive into everything because it is crazy. There's so much to break down. For those who have no idea who we're talking about, MOMTOK is a group of Mormon moms with millions of followers who got together and started posting TikToks a couple years ago. They did dances, trends, all things to go viral. And as time went on, more and more moms were introduced into the group, some also left, but the drama began in 2022. One of the moms, Taylor Frankie Paul, announced that she was getting a divorce and posted a video where she said, "In my 20s, getting divorced, started therapy, living on my own for the first time ever, along with 2 little kids." She ended up posting another video saying, "My entire life falling apart, and I can't even speak on why without bringing them all down with me." With her life falling apart, she started hinting that there was more to the story of her divorce. And the Reddit sleuths were on it, trying to uncover the tea, and noticed that some of the MOMTOK girls were unfollowing Taylor and liking comments insinuating she cheated on her husband. As things circulated around online, Taylor ended up getting candid with her followers, going on live and saying she was in an open marriage, admitting to soft swinging with others in her friend group, which she says soft swinging meant that no one went all the way. And there was this agreement that you weren't allowed to do anything unless your partner was in the room and their partner was in the room, but that she had gone outside of that agreement and been with someone else's husband without anyone in the room.
So I guess this is just starting more questions. Soft swinging, again, is when you just hook up but you don't go all the way. The agreement was just as long as we were both there and we saw it and we knew it was okay. And the second it goes behind without each other, then you stepped out of the agreement. And I did that.
She admitted that she was drunk at a party, and that is where she messed around with someone in the group without anyone else around. And she claimed that it was just a one-time thing, but did say that she and this man had feelings for each other. Taylor said that she was shunned by her friends, even though no one was innocent, and claimed that she wasn't the only one who had feelings for other people in the group that were not their spouses, and that she wasn't the only one getting a divorce. People then speculated who else could have been involved, looking towards members of MOMTOK, but Taylor came out to say most of them were not involved in the situation.
No, guys, not none. Some majority of MOMTOK is not involved, just to clear that up. Yeah, majority of them are not involved. And they've been really sweet to me and texting me, and they know that there's 2 sides to the story.
Now, even though she said a majority of MOMTOK wasn't involved, just mentioning MOMTOK at all had people really wondering who. And so everyone was starting to get questioned, and everyone just assumed MOMTOK was full of swingers and they got this reputation. This whole drama did end up blowing up on the internet. It went viral and wasn't the only scandal these moms have gotten in. I mean, one of the MOMTOK members, Whitney, was in a scandal all on her own after posting a video on TikTok doing a dance while her son was in the NICU. And everyone was extremely turned off by the video, and she got tons of backlash for it. They found it disgusting. They were just like, how could she post this video with her son in the NICU? It was just crazy to people. Another mom, Michaela, has been in tons of conversations as people have questioned her husband after she admitted that when she was 16, they met and she also got pregnant by him, and he was 21 at the time. Taylor was also found in another situation outside of the swinging scandal as she started a new relationship after announcing she was getting a divorce, and she was actually arrested in 2023 on assault and domestic violence charges after admitting to police that she threw a wooden playset and a metal chair at her boyfriend. She pleaded guilty to one of the charges and agreed to a plea deal, and in a video she talked about hitting rock bottom and said that she had sought out help and was embarrassed and ashamed by the whole situation.
As much as I wish that night had went differently, I felt like hitting rock bottom actually helped me in some ways. It made me seek help that I wasn't getting at the time. Okay, I had to take a second just because my videos go out to a lot of people. It just comes with a lot of judgment. Just not ready to talk about it. If there's anything I feel from that time and that night, it's guilt, Shameful, embarrassed. Sorry, I was clearly losing it there.
So the whole Mom Talk group has been filled with controversy, and it's all led them to getting a reality show on Hulu, which has brought a ton more drama. The show recently aired, and in the first episode of the show, we see the women left in Mom Talk scramble to try and pick up the pieces, as their reputation has kind of been tanked a bit following the swinging scandal and a few other things. Taylor is very straight up on the show, admitting to all of her faults, and it's honestly what's gotten her a lot of praise since the show has been released, of people just liking how real she's being and not trying to be fake about anything. She's just kind of like, I'm messy, I've effed up, this is me. Whereas some of the other women have received backlash for trying to put on this show of being better than Taylor or judgmental and not really being as real with their own lives. Everyone on the show also denies having been involved in the swinging scandal except for Taylor. And the show kind of paints this story that Whitney is competing with Taylor to be the leader of Mom Talk. But with Taylor coming out and owning all of her ish while Whitney hasn't been, the public's reaction hasn't been the best towards Whitney. On the show, Whitney revealed that her husband had been on Tinder and also had an addiction to adult video websites, if you know what I mean. And then, of course, she wanted sympathy for the hate that she got on the Dancing Nikki video and was jealous of the forgiveness that Taylor has gotten for the entire swinger scandal, and was upset that the internet has not forgiven her for the video that she made in the NICU. Taylor is standing there and she's like, I effed up, you guys. Like, I messed up. That's that. I'm moving on, whether people like me or not. Whereas Whitney is crying in tears, talking about, I didn't think the video was bad. People are sending me all these negative things because of it. And so people have just been saying, like, they wish that she'd just be a little bit more real. Like, Taylor is really owning up her stuff. She's not asking for forgiveness, really. And people felt like Whitney was playing the victim, and she has been coined one of the villains of the show. She had also been judgmental of the other moms' choices, and that has been another reason why people are like, you know, how are you to judge other women when you've got this stuff going on with your husband? Like, she was judging other moms for drinking alcohol, bringing it back to scripture. Meanwhile, other members of the group admitting to doing drugs with Whitney. So it's like, you have no ground to stand on judging other people. And by the end of the season, she announced that she was leaving Mom Talk. She blocked cast members on social media. She left the group chat. She was talking bad about everybody. She didn't want to be a part of it anymore. And since the show is finished filming and it is out on TV right now and everyone is doing press, there's obviously been some gaps of time here. And she has said that she has reconnected with a few of the moms, but not all of them. And in an interview with US Weekly recently, she talked further about her decision to leave Mom Talk.
Whitney, we see you. It was a tough season. You putting your life out there, you know, going through some life changes with your marriage, with your friendships and things like that. How hard was it of a decision for you to decide to leave Mom Talk?
I think so many things had led up to it. I don't think it was just like one thing where I was like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. It was a decision that I didn't take lightly.
In interviews, she's also been asked about the NICU video, as it's been brought back up again since it was on the show, and she says that she regrets posting it.
I wish I never made that video.
You got a lot of
the
heat for
outcome
it.
that came from it.
Yeah.
I think anyone would agree with me on that one.
Do you regret it just because of the outcome, or do you regret it because you think that the intention maybe wasn't genuine?
I think I 1000% regret it because of the outcome. Because I know my intention going into it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't perceived that way.
She's also posted a TikTok where she's reacting to the show, and she's kind of just like, what the F? After she says, well, just finished watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. She captioned it, huh? That's not how I remember it. Someone commented and said, of course, let's blame Hulu, which she said, oh honey, it's not Hulu. So it seems she's blaming the other moms for making her look bad. And Taylor commented and said, oh no. And she said, you also knowing the truth, but not saying anything. One of the moms, Macy, who was very close with Whitney on the show, but not so much anymore, told Variety when asked, do you think Whitney got a bad edit or was it an authentic portrayal? And Macy says, it's hard because I do feel like she did certain things for the plot going in. And then I think it kind of bit her in the butt and she realized that. From what I see on social media, she seems to think that it was the way she was portrayed, and that's not how she remembers things happening. But I and the other girls would say the opposite. opposite. So it's hard to say. I feel like I'm Switzerland. I'm a neutral territory. I always give everyone the benefit of the doubt, but I just hope that she's doing okay. She's getting a lot of heat online. The moms also told Betches more of how they felt about Whitney right now.
Can you describe Whitney as a person?
I have different feelings than they do.
Well, I know
Don't ask
you're
Macy.
still very close
Yeah.
to
Macy
Whitney,
always
is that
defends
right?
her. We're still good friends, but
Yeah.
we're not like as close as we were when the show was filming.
And what about you guys?
No.
Yeah, I think she's very
I'm cordial.
manipulative would be my word.
With her, though, how is that like then when you're coming together to promote this show? You're still all a part of Mom Talk. So being a part of Mom Talk doesn't mean you all have to like each other.
We're all really
I think we all get along even when she is there. I think everyone is very cordial and everyone vibes well. Like
We're grown
you know?
adults. We're not gonna like just ignore her and not talk to her.
One of the moms of Mom Talk, Michaela, has also been shading Whitney quite a bit following the show, posting with Macy, who has been defensive of Whitney before, saying, "When my best friend defends someone who gaslights her and doesn't support her, but says she's my friend." The next day, she posted POV, "They're incapable of taking accountability when they're not in control, so they just switch their personality again to match the narrative," and captioned it, "If you know, you know. It's clear certain people have been enabled their whole life, so let's stop giving it the attention she's so desperately begging for. This is my last video on the matter because frankly her behavior is scary and she needs a wake-up call or a full factory reset." Another mom of Mom Talk, Demi, posted a video with the caption, "Okay, I might be wrong sometimes, but at least I own my ish, unlike someone." So there's clearly drama still brewing post-show between them all. Now, the other big drama on the show has to do with mom Jen Affleck and her husband Zach. Yes, he's related to Ben Affleck, and it's the reason they're the only couple on the show who they actually show their entire full name every single time, last name and all. But Zach has become another villain on the show as he wants his wife to leave Mom Talk because he doesn't want her associated with these women anymore. He's also been called out for telling her that he would get a divorce if she went to the Magic Mike show while on a girls' trip to Vegas. And the night that the girls went to a Magic Mike, she was texting him what was going on and he was furious about it. She left with 2 other moms and he was still blowing her up, saying that he didn't trust her, that he didn't love her anymore, that he wanted a divorce. He was saying all these negative things about her, calling her a bad mom because she was going to this. And the other moms called him crazy and felt like he just wanted Jen to be this traditional Mormon wife and that his behavior was just not okay, and they were urging her to leave him. And it's just crazy because he wants her to be this traditional Mormon wife playing things by the book. Meanwhile, it comes out that he has a gambling addiction and is using her money to gamble. At the end of the season, he was also asking her to uproot her life to move to New York so that he could go to medical school, despite the fact that she was the breadwinner of the family and her work and friends that she does work with are all in Utah. But despite recognizing his problematic behaviors, Jen says that she was standing by him, and the internet as well as the moms all just want her to leave him. And she hasn't watched the show back for herself, at least not as of yet, according to interviews. But that is what is being said about her and Zach. As for some other drama from the show, remember when I talked about Michaela and her age gap with her husband? Well, since the show's trailer was released, she's come out to say that her husband actually lost his job, which Today wrote online it was because of his poor judgment in allowing his wife to appear in the series. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that it sounds like he's literally like should be on some list somewhere, but he lost his job. Another situation is whether or not Taylor's boyfriend Dakota cheated on her at the beginning of their relationship with a woman named Jenna. At the beginning of the show, Taylor says she asked him to be honest with her about whether or not he was with this other woman. He denied things, but at the end of the show, it was hinting at some drama with this coming back up. And with the way the show has been talked about, especially on TikTok, I do see this being something that Hulu would want to pick up on for another season. I mean, you can't deny the drama is truly crazy and the stories unfolding are wild and people are just hooked, that's for sure. But that is some of what has been said since the show's release and what's been going on in the Mom Talk world. I want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys have watched the show, let me know. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.